one of the challenges I think with an online course is becoming efficient. So the whole purpose of this video is to show you how to use some of the features in the course. So let's start with Moodle. I know that most of you have used Moodle before, and I want to point out a couple of things that I'm going to show you them in our actual course. In my course, there's a dark line along the side, and that indicates that it's the current week. And I'll move that each week as I open a new week. On the left-hand side of the screen, you'll find a variety of activities, assignments, resources, forums, quizzes, wikis, and that kind of thing. And if you click on assignments, for example, it will give you all of the assignments in the course. Assignments can be both offline and online. If they're online, it simply means you upload your assignment to Moodle. And if it's offline, either you're going to be doing something within the course, like in week 1, you're going to introduce yourself on the voice thread, or at other points in the course, you're going to use live text, which is our portfolio system. And I want to point out also that week 15 will have all of the rubrics, so when you want to take a look at what it is I'm expecting from you, it'll be right there. And week 16 has lots of technology tips and other resources for you, often in video format. Some of them I've made, and some of them I've gleaned from other areas. So let's take a look. I'm going to go over here. And if you look where my mouse is moving, you'll see that these are the activities. So if I wanted to look at a variety of assignments, I would click on here, and it will pull up all of the assignments. Now right now I only have part of the course done because I want to show you how to navigate the course. But suppose I was interested in response 1, which is an offline activity. I would click on that, and it would tell you what you're supposed to do. That you introduce yourself right there, that you take a look at the rubric, which you know is in a later week, and that you have to use at least 3 of the 4 features of VoiceThread. So let's go back. I have the whole orientation section here, which I assume you will finish. Let me just show you very quickly. The gold line means that this is week 1. Right here, you can see there's a gold line on each side. That's how you know it's the current week. And weeks run from Monday at 12:01 a.m. until Sunday at midnight. You can access course materials that you've finished throughout the course, but I'll open each week on Sunday, but the week itself starts on Monday. All right, there's a consistent weekly framework, and that's helpful for you because you know that everything stays the same from week to week. And there are icons for those of you who like pictures, so there'll be a big question mark, for example, that will tell you where to post your questions. And I've already talked about when the course is open. So let's take a look at this in the course. Okay, let's take a look at week 4. And I've turned off the faculty view, so I'm looking at it the same way that you will see it. You'll see that the date of the week is right here. It's highlighted. And there is a brief description of what we're going to cover in this particular week, which is going to have a lot to do with running records and emergent reading and that kind of thing. But let's look at the general framework. I haven't put materials in here yet, but let's look at it. The Start Here podcast is where you always start. And you'll see that there's a key right there. Start Here podcast will give you feedback on how things went in the week before with suggestions of things that you might want to think about. It will also outline for you exactly my expectations for the week so you know what is due. I'll also include after the podcast some notes on the podcast. So for those of you who prefer to read rather than listen, you'll have that information. Each week you will find there's a question forum, and that's indicated by this question mark. And any question that you have, you will post there. And the reason for that is to make sure that everyone benefits from hearing the feedback. And you can answer the question if you know the answer. I'll check in each day and answer questions, but you should be aware of that. You'll also have, you see this particular icon of a movie clip. And so what you're going to do here is when you click on this, underneath you'll find all the vodcasts and podcasts for each week. And most weeks have several vodcasts. Many of them are videos of me actually assessing children, and then you're asked to do something with them, and you'll find also videos and podcasts from other people. The next thing is readings and websites. Most of the readings will come from a custom text that I developed for you that was pulled from 4 um, textbooks, and I think you'll find that really helpful. And there are a number of websites. Now, some weeks there won't be websites, but whatever is listed there will be listed in the order in which you probably should read it. And there'll also be, you see a folder here, a file folder. There'll also be course materials. So for example, suppose I have a handout that I want you to look at. I'll probably upload a PDF document for you. And you see right here, this says Work Zone. This is in-class applied work. And that's going to ask you to take all of this work that you've done up here in the vodcasts and readings and course materials and actually apply them. And most often what I've done is I pose an assignment for you. When you've finished, you can check it against my assignment. So it's designed to be self-checking. And it's a chance for you to take a look at whether or not you have learned the content. And finally, it will list any assignments due. For example, in week 4, we already know that there's a quiz. And so this should help you because from week to week, it's actually a consistent framework. You may find that in particular weeks, there's nothing under a section, but the section is still there. So I think that that will be helpful for you. And there you have the specifics of each weekly framework, the Start Here podcast, the question forum, vodcast and podcast, readings and websites, course materials, in-class assignments, and assignments due, consistent from week to week. So if you have questions, please post them in the question forum. I'll be checking every day. If someone within the course knows the answer to a question, then by all means, post it. So thank you very much, and I hope that this is helpful for you.